Hi, welcome to Perceptional Hypnotherapy. We're here today with Kevin Pattison. He has a wonderful practice of hypnotherapy at the Sweet Freedom Yoga, uptown Salmon Arm. And I wanted to have him on here today to share some tricks and tips and tell us a little bit about his story. So welcome, Kevin. I'm so happy that you're here with us today.
Thank you, Becky. I'm glad to be here with you as well.
So Kevin, let's start with the big question of what inspired you to become a hypnotherapist?
That is a great story. So I came to just peel back some personal onion layers off myself. I came to hypnotherapy just to explore and become a better person. And then I started doing my case studies. And once I did my case study with this one lady, I was so moved and touched when I received a text the day after that said, Kevin, it's been over 50 years since that little girl has been able to play. And I I cried because I did not realize that having this modality or practice to share would be able to touch somebody in such a deep level. And after that experience, I was like, I reckon I'm going to switch my day job. And here I am today.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. That's so beautiful. And I was really honored to have you in our class at Haven Ridge School. Somehow we get the most magical students, and Kevin is definitely one of them. So thank you. Perfect. Take a deep breath. Oh, we're good. That is awesome.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you just shared with us an impact moment that happened, like an aha moment with a student, or sorry, one of your clients. Is there anything else you'd like to share around that you're able to share, that you have permission around one of your clients that has been, like amazing session that stands out for you, that
I do, Becky. This is incredible. A young lady, she had a issue with raw wood in her life. Ever since she was a small little girl to being a grown mama and having kids of her own, there is no raw wood in the house, no unfinished wood. She doesn't walk on wooden decks at the beach that aren't treated. There's no sticks. There's nothing in her house. In doing a session with her, we're able to go back and found out that in a past life, there was a projectile that got lodged in her shoulder. When it was removed, there's little pieces of wood shrapnel that was left in there. It festered, she passed on, and this trauma that she experienced had been carried forward into her life today. What was really remarkable was we did that session maybe, let's just say, a week or so before Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, I got a picture of her holding a pack of toothpicks. Her kids had never had toothpicks in their house ever. And here she is holding this pack of toothpicks, wooden toothpicks, with the biggest, beautiful smile. Is yeah, it's just incredible.
that's
Just incredible. And
unbelievable.
it is unbelievable. And it's able to be done without having to dig up and waller in past trauma and story and all of the luggage that goes with it, with other modalities and practices out in the world today, that I've come across. So if I'd known about hypnosis before the joy of ayahuasca, I would have been in your office prior to going to the jungle a couple times. I'm not saying it wasn't a bad time in the jungle, but I'm just saying doing hypnosis is a lot easier on the system. That's for sure.
That is awesome. Oh, I'm so grateful to hear that story and being able to share it with everybody. It's definitely an aha moment.
Mhm.
Just there, and there's just so many of them. I'm sure that you could probably line them up that you know that you could share. And of course, we're always very careful at what we share. We make sure we have permission from our clients, and we don't generally say their name. So sometimes it might sound a little bit different if we have to change a little bit of the context, just to make sure that we are, you know, being um, looking after their privacy. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Respecting and honoring
yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
So Kevin, what is a tip or trick that you can share with our viewers today? Is there something that maybe, you know, has come into your life in the last couple of days, or something that you use often that helps you kind of stay grounded or focused, or kind of outside of that area even?
You know what? I've got a tip for grandparents or parents in general. But I've got 7. It's
Okay.
fantastic. So there's something called anchoring, and people remember the last couple words that are said. So when we reach out to a child, and if they're not feeling good, if if you're to sit there and touch them and say to them, "Oh, you're feeling bad and sad," guess what you just anchored in? You anchored in that feeling. That feeling is just going to close in on that child. Shift it first. Sit there and go, "Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, I'm sad. Oh my gosh, what would make it better? This, how would you feel? And I would feel oh, it would be so good." That's great. Touch them then, anchor it in, and repeat those same words that they used, because that's their story and that's what they'll hang on to. We don't want to have our little ones walking wounded. So as a grandparent, this is where our opportunity, because we're not in the thick of things like mom and dad. So be there for your kids and your grandkids.
Oh, I love that. Anchor it in. So we call that organic language in the hypnotherapy world, where we create somewhat of a negative term organically. So I love the anchoring in and the touching, and I think that's an amazing thing to share with everybody today. That's so great. And you have 7. So, oh my gosh, that you have an amazing role then, being in charge of, you know, that little bit of positivity in the 7 and all 7. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. I love it. Yeah,
They're so
yeah.
lucky to have you in their life. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Becky. Yeah.
So, Kevin, here's the big question. What sets your hypnotherapy practice apart from others? Is there something that you think that you've implemented into your practice outside of your learning that kind of stands out? And for you, I know you're a philosopher, so it might even be a philosophy, you know, something that you uniquely have placed in there.
For I can't speak for other people, but I do know this. For me, when I have the opportunity to connect with my person, my client, it's meeting them where they're at. Everybody's on their own journey. It's important to allow a person to share where they're at, encourage them to be clear where they would like to go, and then ask if it's possible to help support them.
Beautiful.
Because it's certain times, sometimes people just need to be heard. Sometimes they actually want to be pulled up. Sometimes they would like a kick in the seat of the pants. And sometimes you can do that, and sometimes you don't have the ability as their person to do that, and you just have to be clear and honest and open with them. So it's meeting the person where they're at, and no personal agenda on 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 my part, thinking that they ought to, should be, whatever. It's their story. So yeah.
That's perfect. And that's why you're an amazing hypnotherapist. Absolutely. I love that so much. Perfect. And is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to say before we move on?
Yeah. This is fun. I remember hearing a story. There was these ladies and they wanted to get better. I don't know, some sort of like self-help group thing. So they go to this person and the person says, "Oh, go home to your husband and ask your husband what they would like to see you change and fix." So all the women go back off to their husbands. And this one lady asks her husband, he goes, "Oh, you have to give me a day, honey. I have to think about this." Next day, he comes home after work and she says, "Well, what do I need to work on?" And he pulls a bouquet of 12 roses out and gives her a kiss. That's beautiful, right? We are all where we're at, and where we're at is beautiful. So take the time to recognize the beauty within yourself, within others, and watch the magic.
Yeah, cherish every moment. I agree. That's beautiful. Love that.
Yeah. Thank you very much for spending the time with me today, Becky. I know life's busy and you've got a book coming out, and it's exciting things on the horizon.
Yeah, lots of fun things. And thanks for coming out as well. And I'll make sure that in the link below, you guys can reach Kevin Pattison if you want to reach out to him for any questions at all. His phone number will be there. And I'll have an email address as well as a link. So you can connect him on, I think, Facebook, right? You're on Facebook now.
Yeah.
Working on it. Get that on there. We
Call,
may add
call,
that.
call me or email me is probably the
Yeah.
easiest and best right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
There
Perfect.
you
So
go.
we'll have that all below. So Salmon Arm, Sweet Freedom Yoga is where Kevin's office is. And thank you so much for coming today. We'll talk to you all later.
Excellent. Bye, Becky.
Bye.